Satyam Bada Dharmachara Satyamev Jayate. Good evening, friends. Shubh Sandhya. I am Bipul Kumar, covering today's news desk on the income tax, GST, and corporate laws. Under income tax, Bangalore Tribunal, no denial of additional depreciation as it isn't mandatory to use new plant and machinery for manufacture of article or thing. There are 6 decisions taken in this case. First, person working in software industry could not be said to be workman for the purpose of section 80 JJAA. Second, where new employee hired by the assessee company had worked for more than 300 days during relevant assessment year, assessee could not be denied deduction under section 80 JJA on wages paid to these employees on ground that in first year of employment, deduction on wages paid to this new employee was refused as they did not work for 300 days. Then for relevant succeeding year, also deduction could not be allowed. Third decision, where assessee company plan expansion of its business premises and in that regard incurred certain expenses for employing consultant and contractors for planning, designing and constructing new building. However, later on assessee abandoned said expansion plan and accordingly entire expenditure incurred towards such expansion was retained off in profit and loss account. Impugned expenditure incurred by assessee being in nature of capital expenditure could not be allowed. Decision 4. As per the proviso to section 32 Clause 2A, new machinery or plant should be used by an assessee engaged in business of manufacture or production of any article or thing, and it is not necessary that new machinery or plant should be used in manufacturing or production of any article or thing. Therefore, assessee engaged in business of software development could not be denied additional depreciation on its asset for reason that plant and machinery on which additional depreciation was claimed should mandatorily be used in manufacture of article or thing. Decision 4. Where assessee obtained certain vehicles on lease under finance lease arrangement, no tax at source was to be deducted under section 194C on payment towards lease rental. Decision 6. Where assessee engaged in business of software development made payment towards acquiring electronic design automation software license on behalf of its parents company, since assessee had acquired no right or interest in EDA tools and had only a right to use software, impact payment made by assessee was to be allowed as revenue expenditure. In another case, Mumbai Tribunal, income from subleasing taxable as house property income, though assessee wasn't a real owner of the premises. Where assessee had taken a premises on lease for a long period of time and further given it on lease to a bank for a period of more than 12 years, assessee was to be considered as deemed owner of the said premises for purpose of section 27 clause 3b read with section 269 UA clause F1, and therefore lease rental earned by assessee was taxable as income from house property. Let's cover news on the GST. Advanced Authority ruling Karnataka. Books supplied to religious schools are exempt from GST. Supply of religious book to Madras as is supply of the printed books, which is covered under HSN code 4901 and is exempt from tax. In another case, High Karnataka High Court, no work for apply for anticipatory bail for GST offences, where an SSC has reasons to believe that he may be arrested on accusation of having committed a non-bailable offence under section 132 subsection 5. He can seek anticipatory bail by filing a petition under section 438 of CRPC. CBIC order number 1/2020 dated 25th June 2020. In this order, extension granted in period of for revocation of cancellation for registration cancelled till 12th June 2020. CBIC has allowed taxpayer to file application for revocation of cancellation of registration up to 30th September 2020 in all cases where registration have been cancelled till 12th June 2020. Let's cover news on the corporate laws. SEBI further relaxed time gap between two board meetings of listed entities owing to COVID-19 pandemic. After consideration, the relaxation of maximum time gap between two board or audit committee meeting as provided by circular number SEBI HO/CFD/CMD 1/CIR/T/2020-38 dated March 19, 2020 is further extended till July 31st, 2020. However, Board of Directors and Audit Committee of the listed entities shall ensure that they meet at least 4 times a year as stipulated under Regulation 17 Subregulation 2 and Regulation 18 Subregulation 2A of the LODR regulations. SEBI further extend timeline for submission of the secretarial compliance report by 1 month to July 31st, 2020. The SEBI had received representation from the Institute of the Company Secretaries of India, industry bodies and listed entity requesting extension of the time for submission of the ASC report in view of the difficulty and challenges faced by the listed entities and practicing company secretaries due to continuing impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. After consideration, it has been decided to further extend the timeline for submission of the ASC report by 1 month to July 31st, 2020. Thank you so much for watching this news channel on the income tax, GST and corporate laws. Please share this news among professional colleagues or students so that most of the student and professional benefited from this news, daily news updates. Thank you so much.